at a homeowner's house today. We're in Toledo, Ohio, and it's about 37, 38 degrees out, so we make sure all the weather temperatures are proper. There's no wind today. It's a perfect day for us to get out and spray. The homeowner came into the greenhouse and talked about all the damage that's going on. We've had a lot of cold weather here, so there's nothing really growing, so the deer are out getting arborvitae, they're rubbing on trees, they're just kind of demolishing this person's homes. Okay, so obviously we're along a little river or creek which the deer love to follow. If you can see, there's a bridge coming over into the property which has tons of hoof prints on it. There are deer prints everywhere, and I think they said there's an entire herd that comes to this place. So we have a lot to cover, and what I'm doing is looking at all the trees. I can see some of the trees that have already had some damage done to them with the deer rubbing on them, and so we are going to literally get into those trees and spray all the trunks, and we're just going to follow the routes that we know that the deer are following. So I'm just going to start spraying. We have a high-powered sprayer, and if you can see when I spray, the Plantskydd will actually get onto the snow a little bit, but it gets onto the tree. We do all sides of the tree, and we do it up as high as we think the deer might be. And this is one of the beautiful things about Plantskydd. It's not like some of your other deer repellents in that they really smell when you start to spray them. And remember, as we're spraying, if it rains or snows in the next couple days, we're still protected for the next few months over the winter. You can see that it sprays on dark red. As it dries clear. The homeowners here should not see the deer moving around and trying to get into all these areas now. So we're going to head up closer to the house and talk about spraying some of their shrubs that are closer to the house. We have some junipers, some low-growing junipers, and deer typically don't like the junipers. We're going to spray them anyway because we can see the deer moving up around this area. So we're gonna spray these. It's not that they're going to eat them, but we're going to keep them from moving on to that next meal that they're probably going to have on the other side of the house. Okay, so we're spraying. I'm going to walk around in a circle. I'm making sure that I do the circumference of the tree, and I'm spraying just enough to cover the branches, but we're not going to spray so much that it's just dripping. So that's not, you don't need to do that, but we're spraying it enough, and we're going in a complete circle, doing the entire circumference of the tree. And I'm just going to get in here, we're going to spray it. I'm going to get all the outside branches. And like I said, the weather's fine. The temperature's good. We've got plenty of drying hours ahead of us. And we're just going to try to keep all of these trees where the deer are probably rubbing their antlers on there clear of all that activity. Okay, so we're even going to spray boxwood. It's another plant that deer typically don't like, but like I said, we're trying to do a perimeter here, and we're changing the path that the deer are moving on, and so it's going to take them away from wherever it is that they're going to eat. And so we're going to spray all this area. It's going to keep these deer on high alert, and they're going to keep on moving. They're not going to stop and check things out and see if there's anything here for them to eat. I didn't bring my rope climbing equipment today, so I'm going to be kind of cautious. But all these trees here have damage from the deer rubbing on them. So we're going to keep these guys protected, especially down low. One thing you have to realize is it's actually a nice fertilizer for your plants. So if there is damage, it does help when it's time for them to regrow. What I'm doing right now is I'm marking all these trees around the perimeter of their backyard, because if they're used to coming up onto those smaller trees and rubbing on them, and it's sprayed with Plantskydd, they're not going to want to go back there. So they're going to try to come around and come into a new area. So like I said, we're going to do the perimeter of their yard, and these deer are not going to want to come in here now. Okay, so we've sprayed the entire perimeter of this property. We've sprayed deciduous trees and evergreens. Even though they may not be eating them, there's quite a few deer that come through here. You can just see hoof prints all over the place. So we're not just going to go through and do a little spray here and a little spray there. We're going to make sure that we cover our trees thoroughly, cover the plants thoroughly, look and see where they're coming into the yard, see where you can see them standing, and we're going to make sure that we go around all the trees. So, you know, they're aggressive. You want to make sure that you spray properly. A large area like this, you need to have a large quantity. So you're not going to get out there with the pre-mixed, ready to use spray bottle and just go squirt, squirt, squirt. You're going to want to get a nice sprayer, get out there, spray those trees. So all we need to do is talk to the homeowner, and guaranteed he's going to say they're not rubbing on their trees and he doesn't see them anymore. So make sure that you're as serious as the deer are when you're out there spraying. Alright, I'm excited. We've taken care of all this property. The deer are not going to come in here and destroy the trees anymore. So I love Plantskydd. It's a great product. We chose a good day to get out there and spray, and I know the homeowner's going to be happy.